San Quentin State Prison, Marin County, California. March 7th, 2023, 3:17 in the morning. Cell Block C, Cell 847. Marcus Henderson sits on the edge of a thin mattress, staring at his hands. 44 years old. A small cardboard box beside him holds everything he owns in this world. 3 faded photographs, a stack of letters bound with rubber bands, a worn paperback with a cracked spine. In 7 hours, he walks out of here a free man. 25 years, 9,131 days. He's counted every single one. Outside in the prison parking lot, a silver Honda Accord idles under a pale streetlight. The engine hums softly. Behind the wheel sits Devin Henderson, 24 years old, wearing a Raiders cap pulled low over his eyes. His fingers tap the steering wheel in a nervous rhythm. He hasn't seen his father face to face in 6 years, hasn't called him in 3. Devin didn't drive 3 hours from East Oakland to celebrate. He came to confront the man who destroyed everything before Devin even learned to walk. He came to see if Marcus Henderson deserves forgiveness, or if some choices are simply too big to forgive. This is a story about one night in East Oakland, one bad choice, one dead woman, 25 years in San Quentin State Prison, and a father and son who are strangers sharing the same last name. To understand March 7th, 2023, you have to go back to April 18th, 1998. East Oakland, Fruitvale District, a cramped upstairs apartment on International Boulevard where the sirens never stop, and the walls are thin enough to hear neighbors arguing 3 units down. Marcus Henderson is 19 years old. He lives here with his mother, Rosa, and his 14-year-old sister in 2 bedrooms that smell like rice and beans and cheap air freshener. The carpet is worn through in spots. The bathroom mirror has a crack running diagonally across it like a lightning bolt. Marcus works part-time at a hand-wash car wash on International Boulevard. $6.50 an hour. He scrubs rims and vacuums interiors and goes home with his back aching and his hands raw. Some days he makes $20 in tips. Most days he makes $7. His girlfriend, Lisa Morales, is 18. She lives with her grandmother on East 15th Street. She's beautiful in a way that makes Marcus nervous, like he doesn't deserve her. Dark eyes, a smile that used to come easy but doesn't anymore. They have a baby, Devin, 2 months old. The crib sits next to a window where blue and red lights flash across the walls at night. Devin cries when the sirens wail past. Marcus rocks him, walks circles around the tiny apartment, feels the weight of everything pressing down on his chest like a concrete block. The rent is late, again. Rosa works 2 jobs, cleaning houses during the day and stocking shelves at a grocery store at night, and it's still not enough. Lisa needs formula, diapers, the kind of basic things that shouldn't feel impossible but do. Marcus feels it every morning when he wakes up. The pressure, the sense that he's failing everyone who depends on him. Then Tony Rodriguez shows up. Tony is 20 years old. They went to Castlemont High together. Tony dropped out junior year, got connected with a local crew. Tony drives a clean Impala, wears nice shoes, always has cash folded in his pocket. One afternoon in mid-April, Tony pulls Marcus aside after his shift at the car wash. The sun is setting. The air smells like motor oil and exhaust. "One job," Tony says. 2 minutes, 500 cash. Marcus knows he should walk away. Every instinct tells him this is the line you don't cross. But $500 would solve everything. Pay the rent, stock up on formula, maybe even take Lisa somewhere nice. Tony explains. There's an older woman, Mrs. Sarah Chen, 67 years old. She runs a small corner grocery. Word on the street is she keeps cash at home, doesn't trust banks. Tony and another guy, Dre, will go in, quick and clean. Marcus just has to be the driver. Engine running, eyes on the street. That's it. You won't even get out of the car, Tony says. That night, lying in bed next to Lisa, listening to Devin's soft breathing from the crib, Marcus makes his choice. April 18th, 1998. 11:45 at night. Marcus sits behind the wheel of his faded red 1987 Honda Civic. He's parked on 35th Avenue, half a block from Mrs. Chen's house. Engine running, headlights off. His heart pounds in his chest. His palms sweat against the steering wheel. Tony and Dre walk up the street, hoodies up, faces shadowed. They disappear around the side of Mrs. Chen's house. Marcus checks his watch, counts the seconds, tells himself this will be over soon. Then he hears it, shouting. A woman screams, sharp and terrified. Then a single gunshot. The sound echoes down the empty street. Marcus's blood goes cold. His hands shake. This was supposed to be simple. In and out. No one gets hurt. Tony sprints back to the car, Dre right behind him. Tony's face is wild, panicked. He yanks open the door and throws himself into the passenger seat. Drive! Drive! Marcus's foot slams the gas pedal. The Civic lurches forward, tires squealing. He doesn't ask what happened. He doesn't want to know. But deep down in the part of his mind that's screaming at him to wake up from this nightmare, he knows. Someone has been shot. Oakland police arrest Marcus the next night at his mother's apartment. 2:30 in the morning. The door explodes inward. Officers swarm the living room. Rosa screams. They cuff Marcus on the floor, his cheek pressed against the worn carpet, and read him his rights. At Oakland Police Department, in a small interrogation room with fluorescent lights and no windows, Marcus tells himself this will be okay. He was just the driver. He didn't pull the trigger. Maybe a few years, maybe less if he cooperates. But that's not how the law works. Felony murder. If someone dies during the commission of a felony, everyone involved is guilty of murder. It doesn't matter who pulled the trigger. It doesn't matter if you were just the driver. Mrs. Sarah Chen died on her kitchen floor, a bullet wound in her chest, and Marcus Henderson is just as responsible as the man who fired the gun. Alameda County Superior Court, June 15, 1998. Judge Patricia Wong sits at the bench, reading the sentence in a voice that's calm and measured and final. 25 years to life. Rosa collapses in the gallery. Someone catches her before she hits the floor. Lisa sits 3 rows back, baby Devin in her arms, tears streaming down her face. Devin is 4 months old now. He doesn't understand that his father is about to disappear. Marcus turns in his seat, looks at his son. Does the math in his head. If he serves the minimum, Devin will be 25 years old when Marcus walks out of prison. A grown man, a stranger. In that moment, Marcus realizes what he's lost. Not just his freedom, not just 25 years. He's lost the chance to be a father, to watch his son take his first steps, to teach him how to ride a bike, to be there when Devin needs him most. He's lost everything. If stories like Marcus's hit you, and you want more true-style stories about prison, injustice, and second chances, take a moment to subscribe. Now, let's step inside San Quentin. Stories like Marcus's are a reminder of how fast one choice can destroy a life, and everyone attached to it. San Quentin State Prison, first night, C block, cell 847. The smell hits Marcus first, bleach and old sweat and metal. The sound is worse, voices echoing off concrete, doors slamming, someone shouting from 3 tiers up, the clang of keys against bars. His cellmate is already there, Jerome Williams. Everyone calls him Big O, 34 years old, 6'4", broad shoulders, serving 35 to life for armed robbery out of Richmond. Big O sits on the bottom bunk, reading a magazine. He glances up when Marcus walks in, doesn't smile. "Top bunk's yours," Big O says. "Don't touch my shit. Don't talk to me before breakfast. Don't ask me questions about my case. We're cellmates, not friends. You got that?" Marcus nods, climbs onto the top bunk, stares at the ceiling, 6 inches from his face. The mattress is thin. The springs dig into his back. He doesn't sleep that night, or the next, or the one after that. The first visits are the worst. The glass window visit room, rows of plastic chairs, phones mounted to the wall. Lisa sits on the other side of the glass, Devin in her lap. She holds the phone to her ear with one hand, holds Devin with the other. Marcus presses his palm against the glass. Devin reaches out, touches the same spot from the other side. His tiny hand, barely bigger than a bottle cap. Lisa tries to smile, tries to pretend this is temporary, that things will be okay, but Marcus can see it in her eyes. The exhaustion, the fear, The realization that she's 19 years old with a baby and no father to help her. Over the years, the visits come less often. Every month becomes every few months. Every few months becomes once a year. The phone calls get shorter. The letters stop coming. In 2002, 4 years into his sentence, Lisa brings Devin for what Marcus doesn't know will be their last visit. Devin is 4 years old now. He doesn't remember Marcus, doesn't understand why they have to talk through glass. Lisa tells Marcus she's met someone. His name is Carlos. He works construction. He's good with Devin. He wants to help. Marcus wants to scream, wants to punch the glass, wants to beg her not to do this, but he doesn't, because he knows he has no right. He made his choice. This is the consequence. He watches them leave, watches 4-year-old Devin walk across the parking lot holding Carlos's hand. Devin turns once, looks back at the prison walls, then disappears around the corner. Marcus feels something break inside him, something that doesn't heal. He's been replaced. San Quentin has rules, not the official ones written in the handbook. The real rules, the ones that keep you alive. Stay with your own. Racial lines aren't suggestions, they're survival. Everyone has their section of the yard, their table in the chow hall. Cross the wrong line and you'll bleed for it. Keep your head down. Don't look at anyone too long. Don't ask questions. Don't owe anyone anything. Violence is always 1 second away. Marcus learns this on a Tuesday afternoon in the yard. He's watching a basketball game near the pull-up bars when someone shouts. Then someone screams. Then there's blood on the concrete and alarms are wailing and guards are yelling for everyone to get down. Marcus drops to the ground, face pressed against the hot pavement, hands behind his head. 50 feet away, a man is clutching his stomach, blood pooling beneath him. The yard empties. The guards lock everything down. Marcus lies there for 40 minutes, the sun burning the back of his neck, wondering if this is what the next 20 years will look like. In 2007, 9 years into his sentence, Marcus gets the call every inmate dreads. His mother, Rosa, has had a stroke. She died in the same upstairs apartment where Marcus grew up, alone. The neighbors found her 3 days later. Marcus doesn't go to the funeral. Inmates don't get to attend funerals unless they're minimum security and the family can pay for the transport and the armed guards. Rosa's service is held at a small church in East Oakland. Marcus's sister calls afterward, tells him 15 people showed up. That night, Marcus lies in his bunk, staring at the ceiling. He thinks about Mrs. Sarah Chen, 67 years old, dying on her kitchen floor. He thinks about his mother, dying alone in a cramped apartment. He thinks about Devin, growing up without a father. 3 lives destroyed. And for what? $500 that Marcus never even touched. This is rock bottom. Henry Doc Carter is 62 years old. He's been in San Quentin since 1981, 42 years and counting. Life without parole for a murder he committed when he was 20. Doc has seen everything. Riots, stabbings, suicides. Men who come in hard and leave broken. Men who come in broken and find something to hold on to. One day in the yard, Doc sits down next to Marcus on a bench near the weight pit. "You planning to waste the rest of your time feeling sorry for yourself?" Doc asks. Marcus doesn't answer. "You got what, 15 more years before you're even eligible for parole?" Doc says. "You can spend that time rotting, or you can decide who you want your son to hear about when you get out. A man who gave up or a man who changed." Marcus looks at him. "What's the point? My son doesn't even know me." "Then give him a reason to," Doc says. Marcus enrolls in the GED program. He's never finished high school, dropped out senior year when Lisa got pregnant and he needed to work full-time. The education building is on the east side of the yard. Concrete walls, metal desks, chalkboards that haven't been replaced in 30 years. Marcus studies math and English and history. He reads books from the prison library, thick books on law and psychology and restorative justice. He starts to understand something. He spent 9 years blaming Tony, blaming the circumstances, blaming the poverty and the desperation and the system that made him feel like he had no choice. But he did have a choice. He chose to get in that car. He chose to wait with the engine running, and Mrs. Sarah Chen paid for his choice with her life. Accepting responsibility doesn't make the pain go away, but it gives Marcus something to build on. In 2010, 12 years into his sentence, Marcus writes his first real letter to Devin, not the generic letters he used to send. Hope you're doing well. Miss you. Love, Dad. This one is different, honest, raw. He apologizes, not with excuses, but with truth. He tells Devin about the night on the 35th Avenue, about the fear and the guilt and the realization that he destroyed their lives for $500. He tells Devin he doesn't expect forgiveness. He just wants Devin to know the truth. Marcus doesn't know if Devin will read it, doesn't know if Lisa will even give it to him, but he writes another one on Devin's birthday, and another on Christmas, and another in March. Some letters never reach Devin. Some come back, unopened, returned to sender, stamped across the envelope. But Marcus keeps writing. He stores the unsent letters in a shoebox under his bunk, a record of everything he wishes he could say face to face. By 2015, Marcus has written 63 letters. The prison runs a violence prevention program. A group of older lifers who mentor younger inmates try to steer them away from the paths that led them here. Marcus joins. He starts speaking to kids from Oakland, Richmond, Vallejo, teenagers who come in hard, thinking prison is a badge of honor. Marcus tells them his story, the night at Mrs. Chen's house, the 25 years, the son who doesn't know him, the mother who died alone. He doesn't sugarcoat it, doesn't pretend he's a hero who turned his life around. He's just a man living with the consequences of one bad choice, trying to make sure the next generation doesn't make the same mistake. Some of the kids listen, some don't, but Marcus keeps showing up because this is all he has left, the chance to mean something, to use his story as a warning instead of just a tragedy. March 6, 2023. Parole granted. Marcus packs his box, old photos of Devin as a baby, the stack of unsent letters, the worn paperback he's read 17 times because it's the only book he owns. Big O is still in cell 847, still on the bottom bunk, still reading magazines and keeping to himself. Don't come back, Big O says when Marcus shakes his hand. I won't, Marcus promises. March 7th, 2023, 6:40 in the morning. The gates of San Quentin open. Marcus walks through them, carrying his cardboard box. The morning air is cold, the sky is gray. He can smell the ocean, just beyond the prison walls. He can hear the highway, the sound of cars moving fast and free. He sees the silver Honda Accord parked in the lot. Devin gets out, stands next to the driver's side door. He's tall now, muscular. The baby Marcus held 25 years ago is gone. In his place is a man Marcus doesn't recognize. They stare at each other across the parking lot. Marcus doesn't know what to say. Doesn't know if Devin is here to forgive him or to tell him to stay away. Devin nods toward the car. Get in. They drive over the Richmond San Rafael Bridge in silence. The bay stretches out beneath them, dark and vast. Marcus watches the water. Devin watches the road. You hungry? Devin asks. Yeah. They stop at a Denny's on Hagenberger Road. Early morning, almost empty. A waitress who looks half asleep pours them coffee and takes their order. Marcus sits across from his son, trying to memorize his face. The way he holds his cup, the way his eyes flick toward the door every time someone walks in. You look good, Marcus says. Devin doesn't respond. The food comes, pancakes, eggs, bacon. Marcus hasn't had real food in 25 years. He eats slowly, tastes every bite. Devin pushes his eggs around his plate. You want to know how I grew up? Marcus sets down his fork. Only if you want to tell me. Mom tried, Devin says, but Carlos left when I was 10. After that, it was just me and her. We bounced around, different apartments, different schools. She worked, but it was never enough. I got angry, started running with the wrong people. By the time I was 15, I was boosting cars. Marcus's chest tightens. At 17, I got arrested, Devin continues. Spent 6 months in juvie. Almost went to real prison for grand theft auto when I turned 18. You know what stopped me? Marcus shakes his head. One of your letters, Devin says. Mom gave me a stack of them when I got out of juvie. I threw most of them away, but one of them, you wrote about Mrs. Chen, about how you think about her every day. about how you'd give anything to take it back. I was planning a robbery with some guys I knew. $500 just like yours. I read that letter the night before and I didn't go. Marcus's eyes burn. He blinks hard. I didn't come here to celebrate you getting out, Devin says, looking directly at him now. I came to see if you're the man I needed, or just the man who left me. Marcus doesn't defend himself, doesn't make excuses. He tells Devin the truth, that he spent 25 years wishing he could rewind time, that he knows sorry doesn't fix anything, that he doesn't expect Devin to forgive him. I just want a chance, Marcus says, a chance to show you I'm not the same 19-year-old kid who made the worst decision of his life. Devin looks down at his plate. I don't know if I can forgive you. I know, but I'm willing to see who you become. 3 weeks later, they drive back to East Oakland, to a youth program in a community center on International Boulevard, the same street where Marcus used to work at the car wash. Marcus speaks to a room full of teenagers, kids with hard eyes and chips on their shoulders, kids who remind him of himself. He tells them about Mrs. Sarah Chen, about Rosa, about Devin growing up without a father, about 25 years in a cell, watching life happen through letters and phone calls and memories. You think you don't have a choice, Marcus says. You think the streets are all there is. But you do have a choice, and once you make it, you can't take it back. Devin stands in the back of the room, arms crossed, watching. He doesn't smile, doesn't nod, but he stays. And when the session ends, he walks out with Marcus instead of leaving alone. It's not forgiveness, not yet, but it's a start. One dead grandmother. Mrs. Sarah Chen, 67 years old, who ran a corner grocery and never hurt anyone. One broken mother. Rosa Henderson, who worked 2 jobs and died alone in a cramped apartment. One boy, Devin, who grew up fatherless, angry, and nearly followed the same path that destroyed his family. And one man, Marcus, who lost 25 years to a 2-minute decision. You can't rewind time. You can't bring back the dead. You can't undo the damage. But you can decide what to do with the time you have left. Marcus knows this now. Every morning, he wakes up in a small apartment in East Oakland, not far from where he grew up. He works at a construction company. He speaks at schools and community centers. He writes letters to inmates at San Quentin, trying to give them the same hope Doc gave him. And every Sunday, he meets Devin for breakfast. Sometimes they talk. Sometimes they sit in silence. But they show up, week after week, slowly rebuilding something that was broken before it ever had a chance to grow. There's no happy ending here. No redemption that erases the past. Just 2 men, father and son, trying to figure out how to move forward with the weight of everything behind them. If you were in Devin's shoes, would you forgive him?